Nice conversation with your brother.
Yeah? How's he doing?
Hey, but can you push? It's already pusher.
Uh-huh.
So I'll be the pusher, maybe.
You came to the chasana, right? After the bar mitzvah.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Couldn't?
Busy. I wanted to come with
Chasana bar mitzvah.
He said Chatan Bar Mitzvah.
Chatan bar mitzvah.
You gotta get you better already.
He's coming later, no? He's coming to Daven, right?
He's supposed to. Who?
No.
Tonight, he came late. He usually only comes Sunday. I don't know. Speaking of Jonas.
Okay. Rabbi Yisai, Shekayach.
Yeah.
You're holding Siv Zayin, I think. Page Taf Nun Zayin. Siv Zayin.
Zion is tough number. Page tough number.
We learned Zayin, but let's learn it again. Birches HaMaitzi. Nun Zayin. Taf Nun Zayin.
Oh, tough nun. Amud, tough nun.
Birches HaMaitzi Ein Lo Shir. Afile in a right to lechal of Kirur Pachas Mikazayis. Sarich Bavarich HaMaitzi. And also Shir Kazayis Ela Bebirchas HaMazim V'shar Brachas Achroinis. Avlei B'brachas Rishoyne She'asa L'honas Me'elam Haza Afilo Mashu Avlei Bracha.
We have to wash? For power?
No, you don't wash. You only wash. Only wash for but you only make a bracha when it's a kabeya. You're eating kabeya. But for a mashu, you have to make a bracha because the din is anything. You're not allowed to eat anything without a bracha l'sheina. Amed dvarim amurim v'lechem gamor shederech bnei adam l'kvoya sudasei olav. When is this all discussing? When it's a regular bread that people are keveya, they're sud on it. That's how they have their meals, their lunch, their supper. There are other types of breads that we're going to explain. There are other types of breads that most people are not keveya sud on them. Now those breads we don't lachem, we don't make hamaitzi. Elam kain oichel shir sha'achenim megilin l'kvoya suda l'fa'amim al shir kazeh. Unless you eat enough amount of this bread, that other people will sometimes be kevei sud on it.
What's the measurement?
We're going to see.
Okay.
The fee shabirches beidim in mezainis kileles gam halechem shumazin. Really, beidim in mezainis is anything which is mezainis. It's zan. It's zatig. It's koil even lechem. Lekavu levarech hamaitzi alechem v'chashivusay shesoyed halev. V'cholechem shechoivin olav suda batlo chashivusay elamkein yesh boy kedei lisoid. So any lechem is really potter with a beidim in mezainis. The birchas hamaitzi is only for the chashivos that it's sayid. It has a special bracha. Any lechem which you're not kevei soda, so its chashivos is lost.
It'll go down to mizainis.
Unless you eat enough for the shear soda. So, I mean, birchas hamaitzi, a regular lechem gamor, does not need any shear to give it chashivos. It is chashuv be'etzem. So even if you only ate a mashahu, you make hamaitzi on it. Masha'in kain, a lechem which is not a lechem gamor, which roiv people are not kevei sud on them. Then it goes down to habeidim in the zaynis unless you ate enough that so much that sometimes people will make a suda on such an amount of this type of lachmim, and then it gets its chashivas back, and you make an
Moitzi. Which lechem it is?
Mizenes, you did mizenes.
There's not
But
lechem.
you eat
It's
so much
mizenes.
mizenes that now you have to make birkas hamazon.
Why they call it
The
lechem?
Alter Rebbe talks about it in
It's not
Sif
kosher.
Tes.
Because it's not kosher.
All the mezainis that you bake the mezainis,
Why they call
cookies,
it
here,
lechem?
wafers.
Why they call it lechem? Lechem lo chashuv. It's mizana. They have a differentiation. Different.
This gufa is explaining to us. This itself, we're so used to it. This mezainis, hamaitzi. Why is this hamaitzi? Why is it mezainis?
Right.
It's a flour and water, the same thing.
Right.
The amount of flour and water here is not some bread. That's why it's not kosher when it's mizenes. We're going to say that also what is shir.
Here they put more sugar. This is why it's mizonos. Not because it's flour and water. So the sugar make it mizona.
No, we'll see soon.
No,
The amount of that's what make it a kosher.
Yeah.
So this is all b'negeya bracha rishona up until now. Bracha hamaitzi.
Right.
Now Alter Rebbe goes to bracha achrona. V'chein dala bracha shebracha hamazon. Lo yikavu olav elempei chashivusay. It's also mitzad chashiv, just like hamaitzi is mitzad chashivus. The dala brachas is mitzad chashivus. Shemenei Torah hayadai bebracha achas me'en gimel. Shaloi never b'Torah elopam achas ubeidachtas Hashem alekecha al aret hateva shenasan lach. V'dar shemi pasuk zeh levarich al hamazon v'al aretz v'al hamikdash. V'dai bebracha achas l'kol min haTorah. It's enough one bracha which me'ein gimel. The Torah doesn't tell us to make a few brachas. Ubeidachtas Hashem alekecha. On the pasuk we're daitish, Chazal we're daitish. Mivarech on Mazin, Aretz, and Mikdash, and you could do it all in one bracha, one alamichya. The Ein Shalish. Al Shachachamim tiknu levarech hakol ech fnei atzmai, v'lei tiknu ela belechem sheregilu mekvaya su'uda alav. Chachamim were misaken only by a lechem which were rogel to be keveya su'uda. Avamini lachem she'ein regilu mekvaya aleim, Afilu hu achal v'sav mehem shenschayim levarech alei acharei min haTorah dayoi bebracha achas mein gimel shel Torah. According to the Alter Rebbe is explaining, other lachem which are not regular breads that you kaveh suda, you don't eat. You don't eat cake. Let's for example, cake is not a meal. So even if you ate and you're seveya from it, and you're chayiv to make a bracha min haTorah because of chalta v'savata. However, you're not going to make the special bracha of the four brachas that Chachamim misakin.
Only alamichya.
Elam kain achal shir shebnei adam koivim olav kishaoichem min lechem hazeh b'mikra. Unless you eat the amount of this bread that people sometimes when they eat it will eat it as a soda, and they will eat a certain amount of it. Now, by the way, I just want to point out, this is the Shulchan Aruch. Some of these things Alter Rebbe wrote a little differently or changed when he wrote the Siddur in Bechsanen and some of these halachas. At one point, I think we should go over to the Siddur, but one of the things over here, the Alter Rebbe says that if you ate and you were seveya, you're satisfied, if you didn't eat the shear, the amount that we're going to talk soon about, what is the amount that people sometimes eat these breads and they're keveya on it, so Alter Rebbe says you're not chayiv to do the Dala brachas of Berchas Hamazon. In the Seder Berchas Hamazon, the Alter Rebbe was concerned. There's another sheet which holds that you are chayiv to do the Dala brachas of Berchas Hamazon, even though you didn't eat the shear. If you're seveya, Alter Rebbe was choishish. Therefore, he says make sure not if you're going to eat kedei svia.
Careful eat the bread because otherwise.
And you're even though it's not the shear, you should eat it b'soich the suda. Or you should wash on a piece of bread, eat a kazayis another piece of bread. Because if you're going to eat enough that you're going to be severe from it, even though it's not the shear that people are kevei on this type of lechem. In the Alter Rebbe, the Shulchan Aruch did not mention that, and he said no, alamichi is enough, even though you're a seveya, since you do not have a shear.
Shear's Kabir.
The shear is a machloikis. No, shear is a machloikis. We're going to see the shear soon. Yes, we're going to see soon with Hashem. Mikol makim imukeveya suuda say alav va'achal ime basar odvarim acherim k'meshanoyegin besudas lechem gomer ad shesava v'gam acherim megin l'kvay alav im oichim eshar dvarim k'moshe achal hu v'arech hamoitzi u'berchas hamazon. What happens if he didn't eat the shear, but
With the meat and with the oil.
he ate basar and other things? Let's say he had fish and other meat with the bread
No, it's a shear.
until he's saveya, and other people also do this. In such a case, you make hamaitzi and berchas hamazon. V'chein musab b'menu lavadei. V'gam acherim l'gilin l'sbayim imenu kish im laften o yiseh be'ezel liften. V'varech hamaitzi o berchas hamazon.
I have a question, Albert.
Yeah.
It said v'achata v'savata. I ate too much, but I'm not saveh. I have to do birkat hamazon. I'm not saveh. I don't know. I'm just.
Midrabanan. Midraisa, you're right. Midraisa only the savata. Midrabanan we make on every kazais.
Mhm.
There's a medrash or a gemara which says that by eating so much chaviv that they make even on a kazais, they bench the Eibishter. Even though they're only mechuyev when they're seveya.
Mhm. Okay.
Mikanat Allah made shashir kvi soda ha'amor kan ene kishir soda ha'be'eruv shehu kigimel beyin she chusa shebesudas aniyim habriyim shem soda aleh. So we know by Eruv Tchumen, you need to put out a suda if you want to make Eruv Tchumen to be able to walk alpayim amma out from the city limits. You have to put an Eruv Tchumen. So the sheer suda over there has to be Gimel Bayim, the size of Gimel Bayim.
That's him or they?
Beitzim,
Same thing.
yeah, which is the lowest level
So that's an
of sudas aniyim, habrim, healthy aniyim, what they would eat. So the very basic minimum. The shame suda aleh has a name of a suda. Aval eina sudas roi b'nei adam habrim. When it comes to brachos, we don't go by that category by aniyim. We go by roi b'nei adam, roi healthy people. What is the amount that they eat for a meal? Kishel oichel mimenu lavadei, v'loi lifton, v'dvarim achedim. Without anything else that you're eating with it, the shear for bread itself. Now, what is the shear? Ela kashir oimer like a goylis, lebeis suudes. We know that the man was the oimer like a goylis.
Mhm.
It was enough to serve for 2 meals a day for the man. So half of that is the amount that's going to be for each suda. A shear for each suda. Shimloike mahi ilu kan l'shayr shear shacherim koivim olavim ezel lifton. Harigam ayidei lifton ein shem suuda alel b'pachis mikagimol beim pas. So the Alter Rebbe wants to prove that the Suda over here by the Dinim of B'tzias Hapas is different than the Geder Suda when it comes to Eid of Tchumen. Shimleiki lamet tzrichu b'shtei Suda shel Eid Tchumen k'shtei Suda is pas in Pachis mikein roi lebei Suda sayidei lifton yedai b'zeh le'iruvei Tchumen. Let's see what he says. Mekavachayim mi lifton shel pas lebei Suda shema arben boy kol shekein hanecheles lebei Suda is halalu.
Look at you over here. Yeah.
I figure out what I was saying, but
Look down and in the bottom side of the bowl, you read that in the siduri he changed it.
in the Siddur, the Alter Rebbe said that it doesn't write over here. It has a clear shear. In the Siddur, the Alter Rebbe said there are many days, Rabu by Hadayis, and Lamaisa, you should be noyig that if you eat from 6, if it's from 6 bayim and higher until Chatzi Isarin, if you were not satisfied, then you should not make that in between that amount of 6 bayim and a Chatzi Isarin. A Chatzi Isarin is half of 23 bayim and a fifth. No one eats so much, but the if it's in between, it's a suffix. And if you were not seveya, if you ate less than 6 bayim and you were not satisfied, you definitely make a minizainis and alamithia. But if it's from 6 bayim and on, and you were not satisfied, then it becomes a suffix, because some say the shear is already from 6 bayim. So therefore, you should make bracha on another kazayis lechem, and then eat those breads, and you'll be able to make brachas hamazon l'divrei hakol. Once you ate the amount of chatzi isarin, which is the shear of the man for each suda, which was a man, a sarin was 43 eggs, size of 43 eggs. You eat half of that for a suda, you definitely ate the shear kviya suda. How they ate that much in the midbar?
No, 21 X is enough.
It's a lot of cholesterol.
It's breads which are the size of
It's not even bread. That's like
a lot of carbohydrates.
yeah. That's what they got. It doesn't mean that they ate the whole thing. They could have a little bit and stuff.
It was a meal for the whole day.
Yeah,
Each gulgolet is for 2 meals.
but it doesn't mean that they eat the whole thing. They just taste it and that's it. They're severe already. It's a special food. You need to go to the bathroom. So
Yeah, okay, let me get invited.
Any test that they want.
We have to know what the Alter Rebbe is saying over here. We have to look at it further. What happens if at the beginning you only had a mind to eat a little bit? So you made a Beit Min Zaynis because you were just going to eat a little bit of cake. Yivarich achra birchas hamazon afal pisha leberich hamaitzi lefanov. If someone just ate a little bit of these type of lachemim, which you're going to see in Sif Tes, read about them. You don't. You made hat mezainis, but then you ate more, and you ate actually a shear of a kriya suda that other people have. You should make a birchas hamazon afterwards, even though you made a mezainis. It feels funny. You made a mezainis.
And you ate too much cake.
A chaver mine told me he was in yeshiva, and his chaver was in Maristan, and his chaver ate a whole cake. And he started off eating a little more, and mitzvah get out of mitzvah. He finished the whole thing. So Begans told him,
Go.
make a bechas hamazon now.
You ate so much. Yeah, it makes sense.
He started off with a mazainis, he ended up with a bechas hamazon. He ate so much. Kigoyin after that, Kigoyin shalihoya kidei kviya suda, meshenish lefanav acher shenimlach.
Right. No more left on the table.
I mean, it wasn't casual eating. Didn't casually eat more and more. At a certain point, we decided he was gonna eat enough. It's kibbe suda, but there wasn't enough on the table to be kibbe suda. A lot of food what he ate before.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying
So therefore he's being koilel.
if there's more food on the table, he's saying weiter. If there's more on the table, you should go ahead and wash.
You think you have more bread?
Yes, take away the suffix.
Oh, right. He says, right. If you're going to have a sheer kfir ahead of you, then you have to go lechatchila and wash. Because you can't now be makel weiter with your mezainis, because you know that you're going to eat more. It's only b'diavad. There wasn't enough on the rest of the table that had a sheer kfir suda. You now change your mind, and you're going to continue eating another sheer kfir suda. Mevad masha achal, excluding what you ate until now. Right. You don't have to first make al michin what you ate until now. It's like one suda. What happens before a meal? You want to eat like people have like kiddush. So they have some mezainis and then they're going to go wash. You have to first make an alamichia on your mezainis.
Then wash, yeah.
Let's say just Friday night. Some people, they didn't want to go wash right away after Sada B'Tevis. They broke the fast. They put some mezainis out. So you make mezainis, then you don't just go straight to wash. You have to bench.
Yeah, then wash them.
So the Rebbe explains, in that case, you have to bench because there are two different types. You had mezainis, and then you had lechem gamer hamaitzi. You have to bench first on that, the bracha, which is roi for that, and then make a lechem gamer. Mashake, in this case, you're only eating lechem sheini gamer, cake, whatever it is, lechem sheini gamer, the whole time. Just you ate now a kviya suda, and now you're going to be mamshet another kviya suda. It's all the same lechem. In this case, you don't have to make first an alamichia and what you ate until now, and then and berchas hamazon, what you're going to eat, make one berchas hamazon all because all one type of food.
Middle of the cake, you have to stop, go wash hands, then make a moitzi and continue.
If you're planning on eating another shir kfir suda. If you're planning now ahead of you on the table, you see,
So
you change your mind.
You don't have to make a lamicha.
In the beginning, you washed and made a mezainis because you were not planning on having a lot.
You didn't wash. You just made zennis.
You weren't planning on eating so much.
Right. You changed.
Then you started eating. You changed your mind. You want to eat.
Go wash. Make a moitzi.
If you're going to eat a whole shir kfir suda, you have to wash them. And then you make berchas hamazon on both. Siftas ve'elu hein mine halachmim shein darken shem le'adam lekvoya suda alehem. And the next few halachas, Alter Rebbe is going to discuss what are these various types of breads. Pas haba bekisnin, Lachmanius, Trukinin, Vetrisa. And the Alter Rebbe is going to discuss each one. Pas haba bekisnin. There's a machloikas how you learn pshat. Yesh mefarshim, shehi pas asuyi kimin kiss. Shemamalan, what does the word kisnin come from? Word kiss like a packet.
Pita bread.
Shemamalan o yisakoidem afia bedvash, o betzucker, o shkedim, o yagoizim, shar komin pedis,
Danish.
o tavlin. It could be the bread, it's the dough itself, it's water based. But you put inside it something very sweet. You cook, bake it, or fry it without any mashke. Apple pladen, a pavidla pladen. This is some type of a cookie with it's like a pie with apples inside.
How about wrap?
It's more than a Danish. Has just a little bit of.
Flour and water.
This is like it has in it a whole whole milui,
Yeah.
like a milui inside. A kiss has a packet, and inside it's like a derech pie or something,
Today they have the wraps.
or maybe like an apple.
Whatever.
Yeah,
The wraps. Wrap, you fill it up, you roll it. It's like a kiss.
if you bake it together, if you bake it together.
Like
Because-
workers.
So, b'chlal zeh.
Workers.
Masha'oisim bepurim isa rechava ukfulam. You make a hamantashin. Or malin oisa b'shumshamin. They put in sesame inside. Nafilam amilui hurav ma'oid v'ikir hakavana b'pas zu lachilas hamilui. Even if the milui, the stuffing, is so much that's your whole kavana while you're eating it. You want to eat what's inside. Min dagan hu chashuv. The klal is that dagan is a very chashuv and min, and it doesn't become bottled to the milui. Even though there's more raiv, the raiv is in the milui, but the ikar is the dagan. L'chein mevarchen all abayim minim ezonis. V'gam hamilui nifter brachazu shutafel min dagan. The milui that's inside is you don't have to make a separate brach on it because it's potter from the bayim minim ezonis. So this is one of the taichin in Pasa Bava Kisnin. Meaning over here, even though the dough was made out of water, it's a regular bread. But since you filled it up with this milui, you now took it away for being a lechem gomer. It's no longer a lechem gomer. No one's kevei sud on it. And I shouldn't say no one, but rave people are not.
You go for the milu.
Rave people are this is something sweet.
Mhm.
People don't eat meals of just sweet things. An entire meal of sweet foods. He points out, you have to remember, it's only when you also want to eat the dough. Who shemiskavnen gamkein lachilas min dagan shia isa shabaha milui ava b'she'ein zu iker hakavana. Avom ein miskavnen klal lechel isa and oisin a kicking dakin the thin crackers shenoisim makachs they put jam on it. She'adavi yadua shemiskavnen klal lechel isa ak shaboim ladabek makachas aleim shetamfu hayadayim advash and im tfeilim L'gabe makachas or birchas hamakachas beitrasim. You have sometimes, I'm not sure what we could compare it to today,
Kichel with Harry.
but they have no interest in the actual dough. You want to eat.
You want to eat the herring, you don't want the kishel.
Yeah, it's only their hands shouldn't get dirty. For example, the kids they have these things that the ice cream cones is a discussion. Also, you have, not the sugar cones. Sugar cones they want to eat. The very plain cones are
Okay,
there,
it's not
are just
flavor.
there to hold on to it,
Right.
to hold the ice cream. Some people like the cone, but I'm just saying that's what they also have. The kids have these like chocolate, and they take this comes with sticks, and they stick it in. They take out the chocolate to lick the chocolate. It's like plain sticks. They come like this little
Mhm.
had like chocolate on one side and a bunch of sticks on the other side, little like look like breadsticks. Very simple, plain sticks, and the kids stick it in and they pull out the chocolate.
The edible sticks.
Edible,
Oh.
but they're very
The kid
there's
doesn't
no
want to-
sugar
No
in it.
taste.
No taste. Maybe
Yeah.
now they make with also
No, but the chocolate make taste with the stick.
You
That's
can
what
eat
they
it.
do.
That's like it's tough.
but they don't have any mind that they want to eat the stick. They don't want to, you're eating it. You are going to eat the stick, but you don't have any interest in the stick. So afilum achol tchila markachas v'nishru harikikim levadam. So in such a case, they are all the bracha that you make on the jam or this whatever sweet thing, it's poiter even the dough, even though it's min dogam, because you have no interest in eating it. Avo medinis elo shemenichen hamakachas al dushanin shekoidin lekuch pladin. Lekuch, yeah? You put the jam on some type of honey dough. Shetoivin lamaichel, that itself tastes good. In king kavanase gamkin al chivzafem. You also have a mind to eat that cracker, that dough. Then you make a bayim in the zainis, or poit is a makachas yitfeilu min dogan, and it's poiter the jam.
If it's taco, it's taco, something round like this, and they put inside meat.
Right. Do they
So they have to
taco?
eat it together.
By the way, the taco is not. I don't think it's dogan, is it? Or
No,
is
it's
it
corn.
corn? Right.
It's corn.
If you want to eat this, the taco without anything, you make chocolate and eat it.
And I think the taco has taste in it. It's not.
They do sell
It's
tortillas.
tasty. The paprika.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
People could eat it themselves. People sell taco chips.
Right. They have tortillas, which is like it's a wrap.
Tortilla, yeah.
Tortillas is
It
more
looks like
a wrap.
it looks
It's
like
more
a regular
dough.
wrap, but it's
Yeah.
made out of.
It's in a flour.
Is it
Tortillas
taste
is
good?
small. Yeah, you could
Okay,
eat the
can we have
tortillas
a-
by itself. It's like you're eating a dubshania like this. That would be mizanas.
Do you want to eat it?
Well, again, if you eat so many of them, you can wash it and make them waste. It's like a shear of bread. And that tortilla, the small tortilla, so many of them, it could be like a.
Okay, so let's recap, and then we're going to go further. So we have here, we remember that lechem gomer, the lechem min haTorah, whether you can make a bracha me'in shalish, and your yotzeh. Chachamim said you should make on lechem gomer a proper 4 brachas, a birchas hamazon. Chachamim said that's only when it's a lechem gomer, which roiv people are kevei suda aleim. But there are certain types of breads that roiv people are not kevei suda. They don't sit down to have a meal. Roiv people don't do that. So those type of breads don't have that chashivas anymore, and they do not need. You don't make on them hamaitzi, bracha rishayna hamaitzi. You don't make a bracha achrayna dal brachas. And now we started to go through, mention some of the names of these breads, and the first one was pas haba b'kisn. And he says the pas haba b'kisn is the machlekes what it is. And the first sheet that he brings, that it's kisnin comes to the word kiss, packet. Means you fill it up with a milui, with a filling in it, a large filling in it, and you bake it together in the oven. And also like hamantashin, and this
Rekas.
And this is what's called pasabakis, and because it has a sweet thing inside it, it lost its chashivas. It's not something that Raif people don't just eat sweet things the whole meal. It makes them sick. They don't want to eat. It's not healthy. It makes them sick. So it loses the chashivas of being a lechem gomer, and therefore went down a level, and you only make a baitim in mezainis and alamichi on it. That's unless you eat a certain amount, like we started mentioning earlier. Up until you eat those shiurim, you make it in a vitamin mezainis and alam michya. Sif yud. B'kol isa shamilui tfeila eleha, av misha oichla Levada, even if you removed after you baked it, and you ate the whole milui, the filling you ate for itself, and now you're left with the bread. And the bread is a regular bread. There's nothing sweet about it. It's a regular dough. Still in all, you make it about a minazainis. Since when it was baked, it was baked as a milui, it lost its chashivas of hamaitzi, and it doesn't revert back. It doesn't get back its chashivas even after you remove the filling from it, because once it was baked, it's like one meichel together. So it lost the chashivas. What happens if you're only planning on eating the filling? You took out the whole filling. Whatever the mili was. Now, the calls that Shamili who me paid this. This is all talking about when the milui is made out of things like fruits and things that people are not keveya sud on it. They're only eaten at the beginning of the meal or the ending of the meal. The tainug. Therefore, if you put those paytis into a pas, people also don't eat it as a meal. They eat it more like kinuach suda l'tainug. If the milui was from things that people normally are kevei suda on, and they eat with their bread, meat, fish, cheese, eggs, vegetables, a milui zeh moitzi es a pas malaz b'mitayis lechem gomer shakoy koyvim olav. Shikam alzu ein roi b'nei adam nimnim mikvay sul v'hamilui shaba. Shamilui roi gamkin l'kvay sul lafas b'es a pas malazero. This milui will not remove the dough from a status of a lechem gomer, because people, even on this, people are kevei suda. Because the milui, the filling over here of fish that you put inside to the bread, if you made it into the bread, you have a knish and you have meat inside it or fish. It's not going to take the bread and take it away from the status of lechem gomer. You're going to still have to make a maitzi on it. If it's a lechem gomer, if it's not created with any juice. Because these are things that people are kevei sudam. It's not sweet. V'yesh oimim. Others say no. There's no chiluk ben milui peiris and the milui basa gvino yaitzvan. We don't make any chiluk. What is inside the kiss, the Passover kiss?
Sweet or not sweet?
Right, doesn't make a difference. Unless you eat a shear, which most people are kaveh on, a larger shear. The ikar is like the first opinion, that only a milui you make on mezoinus. The shemayim lo yoichol mehem pachas mishir kviyasuda. Halabatoich hasuda l'mazal l'sevi. The shemayim should only eat the for the pass haba the kisnin, yeah.
That's made of butter, right?
I'm looking.
It's on the first side, no?
The Shemaim the Yechon Pachas and Mishir Kvi Suda El Betoich Hasuda L'Mazen L'Soiva.
Is anybody's coming?
No,
Nobody thinks he's coming?
in fact, more.
Yeah, l'chora he means the milui.
Right.
Right. The milui, because we have a machloikus here, whether something which is not sweet is hamoitzi. So the ikir is taka the halacha that a milui of basar and gvina is hamoitzi. For siesh aimer, there's no difference. Whatever the milui is always a mezainis. So therefore, Yiddish Shemayim should be careful when you're eating a milui of basar and dagim to not eat less than the shir kusudim techasud. Now, Lamaisa, by the way, this is the Alter Rebbe in the Siddur changed. In the Siddur, he wrote that no, if there is basar and dagim inside, we definitely are going to make hamaitzi on it. And Alter Rebbe is not mischashe with this other opinion at all. He doesn't say the Shemayim. He says you make on it hamaitzi without any problem. This is all, by the way, in the first shita that holds the passive bekissin is milui. There is another two opinions what passive bekissin means. In Aleph, he says he brings a shita that means that it's actually kneaded not with water, it's kneaded with honey or milk or oil, eggs, wine, fruit juice. And there's a third shita we're going to learn in Sifid Beis, whole different shita. Passive bekissin means Eloshin koisasin, that you chew on it, that people, it's like crackers, kichlach calls. That it's actually regular, made out of flour and water, no fruit juice. But it's a snack type of food. It's a dry cracker. It's not something that you eat as a meal, something which is dry. It's a cracker. The middle shita, Sifir Aleph, is what people always are relying on. That's called they say it's mezainis. The wraps or the bread is mezainis. They're relying on the shita that Sifir Aleph. It's not a milui, and it's not a dry cracker. They're relying on the passive kisnin, is that it's a passion iloisha bedvash. It's sweet, so they make it out of apple juice. Then there's a passive kisnin.
That's how they get the pizza from Mizan, isn't it? But at Cohen, what we learn with Rav Morozov is not such a thing. You eat one slice of pizza, you wash.
Not true. He said to make them zayim.
No.
If it's apple juice?
The mascara was,
Oh.
you want to be yotze,
You have to wash.
wash and make a moitze and eat a slice.
For one slice, if you're going to be
One
full.
slice,
If you're going to be full.
Yeah, it's a meal.
If you're going to be full by one.
You do it as a meal.
If you're not going to be full by one, you can't wash on it. On the pizza.
Pizza.
I said the slice is so big these days that
Oh,
you
okay.
take this with a can of soda in order to be launched. That's your meal. And also all this.
The Rav is a big balaskafia, so one slice by him is already v'chalta v'savata. But I'm not sure by everyone, Rei B'nai Adam, that's the share.
bread that you have in the stores, this is, you don't believe in it.
Right. So there's a big machlekes about it. Obviously, the mezainis bread side is always going to win.
Right.
But
because people don't want to wash. But
it's a more the mezainis bread historically is a recent phenomenon. It's something of the last 40 years or so.
Right.
It didn't. It was a new creation. Amal it wasn't. And still, you go to a lot of out of town bakeries. They don't have a big enough clientele to create both. And a lot of out of town places they only make hamaitzi things. They don't make a mezainis run. Listen, it's probably the chshedim to write on it mezainis. You have to pay a lot of extra money to get that word label mezainis on it. You get a lot of more buyers.
You sell more mezainis than if someone.
But the problem what you get into with this, even for mekel, the problem is that the mezainis you have to be careful not to eat too much. If you Alter Rebbe holds either if you're seveya, you feel full from it, you also have to wash. On the regular piece of bread before, because even if you didn't eat the shear. And if you eat the shear, you also have a problem. So in Rabbi Landau, Allah Shalom B'nai Brak, I heard that there was a certain sandwich that he gave a heksher on, and it said on it, if it was like a package of that bilkul of that bread. He said, if you eat this, it's good. But if you eat any more, you're into problem, shilas. So
Maybe I will eat.
By the way, in the Siddur, the Alter Rebbe, he deleted the third pshat of the cracker. If you will notice that Kemach, the company Kemach, and I think there are some other companies today that do it, But years ago, I noticed by Kemach, they have a certain type of cracker, which is like, it's mamash matzah. It's only flour and water. They have a cracker that they sell in the stores, crackers.
But
It's only flour and water.
why? So
But
why? Taka is Mizanis?
Because the third Pirush and Passover Kisnan, on it says Beinim Mizainis from the Valava and Borough Park. Why is it Beinim Mizainis? So Belezer Taidav Allah Shalom told me that he asked the Valava, how come he was working the okay, right Mizainis? He says because the third Shita in Shulchan Aruch, Passover Bekisnan is dry crackers, it's snacks. No one eats the home meal from this. Most people don't eat a home meal. Well, the thing is, he was concerned, and the Alter Rebbe in the Siddur
Change his mind.
He did not bring that third Pirush and Passover Kiss, and he only brings the first two. So yes, he felt if Alter Rebbe didn't bring the third Pirush, maybe he wasn't Saimech on it. But in the Shulchan Aruch, in the Mechaber and Shulchan Aruch, and the Alter Rebbe Shulchan brings three shittas, and that's one of the Pirushim. And since we're dealing with a Din D'Rabbanan, the Shulchan Aruch Paskins, you can make like all three Pirushim. So according to him, these crackers are not a problem of. And by the way, Svardim do that a whole year on Amaitzi.
What?
And they make on matzah. They make out of mezainis on matzah.
No, on pita, they make mizoni, not on motzi.
Pita?
Yeah.
Maybe it's made of apple juice.
No, regular pita.
Regular pita?
Yes.
And matzah.
What about matzah a whole year, during the year, matzah?
Only on Pesach
I don't know.
they make a moist.
Only on Pesach they make a mice. It's already brought in the Achreinim.
They eat matzah shir only on.
You don't eat matzah a whole year, right?
Only
You're intermarried, no?
I'm a good Jew. It's funny. My sixth girl, my daughters, married Ashkenaz. My two boys married Sephardic. I say, Abba, my girls, you married Ashkenaz. I will married Ashkenaz. It's a question.
My son married Sfardi. Very happy.
He's happy or you?
Is he? Should make him Moroccan fish.
The question is if your daughter marries a Svadi, if she's happy.
Oh.
She has to navigate the husband.
She has to be right in Pesach.
Pesach, yeah.
And that's how you picked up Yiddish?
Doesn't know yet.
Language, I know. Bewusstnis. Bewusstnis. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
When we used to live there, I can eat rice because I had a lot of people and my in-laws live upstairs, so we didn't eat rice the whole Pesach. Big deal. People said, it's the only meal for Sfardim. Rice, they make us with beans, with it. So we don't eat 1 week. Big deal. You're not going to die.
They said because they eat the rice in Pesach and put a shell got to the slicha the whole month.
The Sfardim are very into that rice.
Somebody asked me, how come Ashkenazim say what with slichos? And you Sfardim say the whole month.
Month, rice.
Because we say slichot for you. Sfardim say slichot for the Ashkenaz.
The whole month.